stampede went into a paddock and up towards it.
Well, hello everybody, it's Suffolk Andy here on the banks of the Orwell on a Thursday afternoon. Yes, Thursday afternoon. Looking at the weather forecast, the weekend here in Suffolk is looking pretty dire. Lots of rain and cold and whatever, and we've been blessed with this day today. And I've just been down my club. I had to clean all the beer pipes and stuff like that, and I come home and I thought, you know, I'm not going to waste this. I'm going to get the old bike out, so I'm not going to go far, but we're going to take a little ride to Stutton, and I am going to a church. I'll let you know before you go, but this church is a little unique really, because I haven't been inside it for, oh god, 10 or 15 years. So I'll get back on the bike and I'll explain why. Yeah, with this church, about 15 years ago, I went in there with Amy, and she was only a young girl then, very sort of 8 or 9 I think, and we're in there, and it was a very dark church at the time. Wasn't a lot of light in there, and Amy, because she used to come with me all over the place, she's always been with me, she said, Andrew, I go, what? She said, there's somebody in here. I said, is there? She said, yeah, there's somebody in there watching us. And I had to walk around and I felt really, really uncomfortable. So I've never been back since. So if it's open, we go in and just have a quick look and see if I get the same feeling or not. But yeah, it will be interesting. So we're going to make our way out to Stutton. And I think I've got to go down here. The state of these roads. Now look, this is a 60-mile-an-hour road. 60 miles an hour is dead here. All I can say, I wouldn't want to try it. My god, the state of it. Oh my god, man. Now the other thing out here, there's a lot of big expensive houses, and a lot of very, very rich people live out here, as you can see by the entrances. Oh, somebody's here. 2 people are here. Hopefully they're walking their dogs and not inside the church. Well, they've got a Commonwealth Graves here as well. Well, this is St Peter's at Stutton. Look at that, eh? What a beautiful place, and it's open. I'd like to say, I don't know if there's people in it or not, but I'll still go inside anyway. I think this is a 14th century church. 14th. Right. Get back to the bike, get this gear off, and let's have a little look and see what we can find. Right. Let's see if we can get inside. It looks like it's open. It says the church is open. I don't know if there's anybody in here, but we'll soon find out. Big old doors as usual. Look. Says well, you know, I come in some of these churches. I don't know if it's because it's dark, and it is dark. This camera won't show you how dark it is. Well, that's a modern stained glass window at the back there. Here's a guy cutting the grass outside, so I can hear that. If he wasn't here, that'd be silent. No choir boy today, by the way. He's at work on a Thursday. Yeah. This could be one to investigate, actually. I really think it could be. I'm getting that feeling. You just feel like somebody's watching you a little bit, you know what I mean? Like somebody's looking down at you or whatever. A bit weird. Like I say, I go in most churches and there's not many that sort of, it doesn't creep me out or anything like that. I'd be quite happy to do an investigation here. But some of them I go into and they're just so different feeling. There's something here that probably looks after the place. You know what I mean? Looks after it. Right, let's go outside. Right. A quick walk around the outside. I'll tell you a little story about this graveyard, and what I'm going to tell you is true. I knew a guy, I'm not going to say his name, old boy who died, and he came from Stutton, and he wanted to be his ashes interred at this church. For some reason they wouldn't let him. His best friend got his ashes, brought them out here in the middle of the night, and see this bit of ground here, dug a hole with a spade of course and put him in, and he's here. I'm not going to say whose name is, but I know who it is. And well, I'll give you his first name. He was called Peter. Yeah, and he was put in here in the middle of the night under this grass. And that is a true story. Well, Peter, rest in peace, mate. He was a character, I'll tell you as well. One hell of a character. Let's get back to the bike. Well looked after church as well, you can see that. Oh, squirrel. Squirrel, little tree rat. Yeah, lovely looked after church, there's no doubt about that. But I just think there's nothing evil or anything like that, or demonic or anything stupid like that. But I think there is, I just feel there's a bit of a caretaker. Yeah, I think there's a bit of a caretaker here. What a place, eh? Big old houses, I tell you. You need some dosh to live around here. Right, I'll see you in a bit. We're going to go back through the back roads here. I'm going to go really, really slow. Now, going back to the story on the graveyard, Peter, his son was called John, and he was a good friend of mine for years and years and years. And he wanted to go in with his dad. And he asked me, he said, Andy, if anything happened to me, would you put me in there? And I said, yeah, I'll go over and I'll do it. And cut a long story short, we lost contact. Then I learned that he died and he had a wife and whatever, and I thought, I wonder if John would want to go in that little bit of ground with his dad. I didn't hear anything, and then about a year later I went up the cemetery to see one of my relations, and I see his headstone up there. So he'd been cremated and his ashes were put up at the cemetery in Ipswich, and I thought to myself at the time, thought, poor old John, he didn't want to be up here, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, just leaves me to say, all ride safe, love each other, Suffolk Andy.